Should Opetaia be suing the IBF?
100%. 100%. 150%. Because I'm going to be honest with you, it's crazy that you have decided. You're not hearing mad background noise, are you?
No, it's not.
It's crazy that you have decided fight week will take the belt off you.
Yeah.
You knew he signed for Zuffa. You knew this weeks ago, maybe even months ago. Although maybe weeks ago, because I know it was quite quick in the way that they signed Opetaia going into the new year into his fight. But my point being is you had longer than a week to make this decision.
Yeah.
I've heard rumours that the reason that they're really petty, but I don't know how true this is. But I've heard a rumour that the reason that the IBF decided he couldn't defend the belt was because they didn't like the way that their belt was presented at the Zuffa boxing show.
Well, that's what Dana White was asked about, and Dana's response was, how else were we supposed to present it? It was in front of him the whole time. It was on every poster that it was for the IBF title as well. And additionally, he had it in the ring with him after he won, after he beat Glanson. And we will speak about his performance
as well. He had the IBF title for the face-off. And
it was there the whole time.
I would argue that the Zuffa belt actually took a step back in the sense that if you look at the shots of when Opetaia faced off with Glanton, they come together. The Zuffa belt's essentially, if they're standing here, the Zuffa belt's there behind them. You can't see that in the face-off. So I think they were quite accommodating.
I think so.
And when Dana White didn't have to be. But also, what I was worried about was when I saw the news, I thought, Zuffa White are fucked up here because they've obviously promised Opetaia that he could fight for Zuffa and then go and fight for Undisputed. They'd have let him do all of that. However, in hindsight, I don't think that was Zuffa's decision or any of this was in their control at any point whatsoever.
I agree.
A bit of due diligence there from Dana. I mean, you kind of would have planned for this. But I do think Opetaia is within his rights. His lawyers believe, or solicitors believe, that they have what sounds like conversations that have been had with they call them elites or higher ups within these governing bodies, joking around about them actually doing this to Opetaia fight week. And although it's just maybe a decision to them, it was clearly something. And we saw a side of Opetaia that we didn't really normally see, which was really emotional. Opetaia is a tremendous athlete, formidable fighter, one of the best cruiserweights in my opinion. And I say one of the best because I need to see him obviously fight everyone, but for one of the best cruiserweights in the division. And then some will argue he's the best in the division. But you talk about what fighters go through to sacrifice themselves for these belts. Where it might be a decision to the boards, to the fighters, it's like Opetaia has come out and said it's 4 months away from his family, missing his grandmother's funeral for training, all in the name of fighting for a belt that essentially could just be ripped away from you. I do think these fighters need to start taking more control, and now, otherwise it's going to get bad. And the only way that you could do that is, how do you hit the boards where it hurts? You refuse to fight for the belts and they don't get sanctioning fees. The fights are big without the belts. The belts don't make the fights big. Terence Crawford 100%. And Canelo, in my opinion, is big with or without Undisputed. That's a big fight.
Undisputed is a cherry on top of it. Undisputed is a cherry on top. Yeah.
I'm still going to watch the fight if there's no Undisputed on the line. I'm still going to watch Usyk and Fury if there's no Undisputed on the line. I'm still going to watch these fights. So the fighters need to start taking action now, because it's you lot that are going to suffer at the end of the day. And indirectly, the fans might get annoyed, as I am, just because I'm passionate about boxing as you are. But the fighters feel it financially, and they feel it, just pride. You won that title. You worked hard for it. Opetaia won the title. Was stripped. They played these games before when he fought Ellis Zora.
Yeah, they've done this before. I mean, the Ellis Zora fight, they had a little bit of reasoning to do, but again, they left it too late.
Yeah.
They left it too late. This time around, the reason Opetaia's lawyers believe there's a case for them to sue is that the IBF were accommodated for completely. I think it's pretty unanimous, pardon the pun, but unanimous that they were presented, and everyone knew that the IBF title was on the line. We then turn to Wednesday of fight week, and the IBF pull it. They pull out. We're not sanctioning the fight, and they not just we're not sanctioning the fight, but they say to Opetaia and his team and Zuffa, not only are we not sanctioning the fight, we are saying you cannot be an IBF world champion if you fight on Zuffa. He signed a contract with Zuffa a month and a half ago. What do you expect him to do? Ruin the fight, ruin all relations with Dana White. Yeah. Ruin all his relations with Dana White, ruin Zuffa's fourth show, upset everyone, not make any money. What was the expectation? So Opetaia's lawyers have got a reason to believe, grounds to believe that IBF are actually doing this on the basis of almost as an example to other fighters, and sort of just saying like, you can't fight on Zuffa. This is what happens when you do.
Sorry, go on.
It's just one last. The IBF, interestingly, as of today, have technically not stripped him. So they've gone back on what they've actually taken back their statement about stripping him immediately, and have said that they're investigating it as to whether or not Jai Opetaia actually was advised properly. Personally, I think that's a bullshit way of saying we've had a load of backlash. Anyway. Yeah, we've had a load of backlash, and fine, we'll consider our options. But I think they'll strip him anyway.
They'll strip him after the fight. That's what I'm hearing. I've heard that from multiple, seen multiple things online. If they don't strip him before the fight, if they didn't strip him before the fight, they're planning to do it sort of now, I guess.